Hi and welcome back to SplitTestMonkey version 3 campaigns. In this video we're going to look at how you set up campaigns both for A/B tests and for split URL tests. As you can see here, I've not got any campaigns set up at the moment, so let's click on create new and choose the option for campaign. This will bring up the campaigns page. Once you're on the campaigns page, the first thing you need to do is give it a name. So in this case I'm going to call this WP Smart Links layout, simply because this campaign is about testing the layout for this particular landing page for this product. So the next thing is to choose the campaign type, so whether it's for split test URLs or A/B dynamic tests. And in this case, I'm going to choose split test URLs. Then all we need to do is choose the first split test, the second split test, and the third split test for this campaign. So first of all, we're going to click on the drop down option here and choose the first split test that we want to run as part of this campaign. So the first one I want to run is left versus right. As I said, this split test is for the layout of the landing page. So what will happen next is once that is completed, it will roll on to the next split test that we designate. So let's choose the next one, and in this case it's going to be top versus bottom. So let's choose that particular split test as well. And again, once that split test is completed, it will roll on to the third split test. So let's choose the third split test, which is going to be right versus top. So now we've built a campaign. Basically what's going to happen here is the system will run the first split test. Once that's completed and our goal set up for that split test has been reached, SplitTestMonkey will automatically roll onto the second split test, which is top versus bottom for the layout for this particular page. It will run that split test until the goal that we've specified has been reached. Once it has, it will roll onto the third split test, which in this case is right versus top. Basically what we're doing is daisy chaining our different split tests together so that they run one after the other after the goals for each one has been met, so that we don't need to keep a constant eye on them and we don't need to be there rolling them from one to the next. SplitTestMonkey will deal with it automatically for you. SplitTestMonkey campaigns make it that quick and simple to roll your split tests from one to the next without you having to be there and look at them and keep an eye on them. It automates the process of keeping your split tests running one after the other. Now let's take a look at the same thing for A/B split testing. Okay, so let's click on save and exit. We then have the URL that we're going to send our traffic to for that split test, so we can click on copy and make sure that that is the URL we're using. Okay, so let's click on OK, and now we're going to go to create new campaign, and again I'm going to pop in a campaign name. In this case I'm going to be testing different VSLs or video sales letters for this particular landing page, but I'm going to choose, instead of split test URLs, I'm going to go with A/B dynamic tests. So now when I go to the first split test option and click on the drop down box, it's going to give me my A/B split test options instead, and I'm going to choose WP Link Fixer VSL version 1 versus version 2. Then I'm going to do the same thing for the second split test. We're going to go with version 2 versus version 3. Then we're going to go down to the third split test and we're going to choose version 3 versus 4. So we've now got another campaign set up. This is for A/B dynamic tests for WP Link Fixer, and it will roll from the first split test through to the second split test once the goal for the first one has been reached. And again, once the goals are reached for the second, it will roll through to the third split test. We're building campaigns for our split tests so that we don't need to keep an eye on them. SplitTestMonkey will automate the process of going from one split test to another and keep your split testing constantly running to make sure your conversions are going up all the while. Again, once you finish, click on save and exit, and that updates that and gives us our new code that we're going to use on our page. This new piece of code replaces what you have on the first page for the individual A/B split tests. So make sure that you replace it with this, because it is important to make sure you're using this piece of code rather than the ones from the individual split tests that you used for the campaign. That will make sure that your campaign works. So copy that and pop it into your page as normal. Okay, let's click on OK and have a look at our campaigns page. So on the campaigns page, we can see we have one A/B dynamic test campaign and we have one split URL test campaign. This will show you the number of hits and the number of uniques, but obviously the conversions, you will need to go back to the pages for the individual tests to see the test results for each individual test. You do, however, have the options here for edit and for get code and for reset the stats and to delete a campaign if you need to. So that's a quick run through on how the campaigns function of SplitTestMonkey works. It is a very simple way of daisy chaining your split tests together so that they are hands-free and will roll from one to the next and keep your split tests constantly running to help push up your conversions and put more profits in your pocket. Thanks very much for watching. Please feel free to give us a shout if you have any questions.